my second go around. A lot of y'all was here for the first one. I'm glad y'all came back. I had a topic come up. It was that first night that I preached. It was from this young lady over here. It's the term came up, a narrow-minded Christian. And when I heard that, I couldn't help but think that, you know, that's the way that I want to be.
Amen.
And I believe it was meant as an offense. You know, I believe it was the world that was trying to offend me.
Right.
But
Ow.
well, the world, they can say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want, and it don't bother me.
Come on.
Good to see you, Brian. Glad
Good
you
to be
made
here,
it.
brother. Just in time. Boy, I stretched it out just in
I
time.
know. So, the reason that it don't bother me is because the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing.
Amen.
But to us who are being saved, it is the power of God.
Yes,
Amen.
amen, that's right.
So I don't concern myself with their views. I don't concern myself with what they do, how they live, you know, and it's not going to affect my beliefs. It ain't going to affect how I practice them. I don't concern myself with news, politics, social media, etc., none of the science stuff that they want to push on me. And it reminds me of this story that I went to Iowa 7, 8 years ago. I was driving a truck. I was hauling 2 tractors up to Dubuque, Iowa. When I left here in Georgia, it was the middle of February. It was 70 degrees, sunny, and I was wearing a t-shirt. I did zero research on where I was going. I hopped on the truck and I left.
Surprise, surprise.
So the time I crossed the Kentucky state line, there was about 2 to 4 inches of snow on the ground. Time I got to Illinois, there was about 1 foot of snow on the ground. Alright. Well, down here, you know, snow shuts us down. We just stop. But up there, you keep going.
That's right.
Amen.
So I'm driving down this interstate, and what they do is they all get in one lane. You all stay in the same tracks. You don't go very fast, but I kept going about 45 miles an hour, and by the time I got to northwest Illinois, I was real close to Iowa. I got hungry. I found me an exit with some food on it, right? So I pulled off. And when I done that, I just so happened to have landed in the Amish town. Never been in one before. Like I said, there's about 1 foot of snow on the ground. And as I got off the interstate, you know, on those roads you gotta go slower. So I'm going 15 to 20 miles an hour, and these horses and buggies that are just sitting everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they big ones, 2 or 3 horses, they single buggies with 1 horse. And it was impressive. So I pulled up this red light, and this buggy pulled up beside me. And as I'm watching, I'm looking over at that horse. He's got these blinders on. Right, and these blinders, man, they got it where he can barely see a little narrow strip in front of him.
Yeah. That's
He don't
what we
see
need.
anything out here.
Keep on preaching.
He don't got no distractions against him, right? And as I was sitting there looking at that, I thought, man, that's impressive. The trust and the faith that horse has in that human, it was unreal to me. And what I also realized is how important those blinders was. See, horses, they get jumpy. You know, you spook a horse, it's gonna take off.
Oh, yes.
Well, what those blinders done is, that horse couldn't see me. You know, he didn't see none of the distractions. But he kept his focus on what was up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe as Christians that we all need to be wearing some blinders.
Come on.
Come on, preach it, John.
Preach it, man.
So, the blinders, they keep you from the distractions, you know. And I want to keep my focus on Christ.
Yes.
I want to keep it on
Amen.
the kingdom of God.
Yes, amen.
And I don't want the distractions of the world coming up against me. That's news, politics, social media. Anything that takes my mind off of God, I want to keep it down to a minimum.
Yes.
Amen.
So the news, man, I used to be a stickler about the news. I used to feel like if I wasn't watching the news, I was uninformed. I didn't know what was going
We don't
on.
watch it no more.
Well, I don't need the news to tell me what I need to be afraid of.
Amen.
And that's where I keep my blinders. I keep my blinders on, because the news, they're gonna steer you into fear. They want you to be afraid of something. And, you know, I don't care how many cases of monkeypox we got.
Amen.
I don't care if the COVID numbers are going up. I don't care if the economy is about to crash. Because I'm gonna put my faith and my trust in God.
That's right. Yes.
You know, that's who I'm gonna rely on. It don't matter what happens.
Yes.
I know that my God will take care of me. He'll take care of you.
Yes.
Just the same. The second part, and this is a tough one, probably gonna be hard for a lot of people, but it's Facebook, social media. You know, I got a lot of family in Ohio, well, not a lot, but I got some that I like to keep up with. I like to see what goes on in all y'all's lives, you know. I like to see those little National Geographic videos that gets put out with these little funny accents. Like certain people.
Showing things that's never been seen before.
Never been seen. Volatile creatures. So,
I have to send you that
man,
video
social media it's a real good
so you'll
tool
understand.
It is.
for things like that. But you know, for every good thing I see on social media, I gotta see 2 or 3 bad things.
Yep.
Right? So man, it started with me in politics on Facebook. Man, if you wanted to see me get mad, I could ruin my day in about 10, 15 minutes. I could just be mad. Man, you let me get on a political post, start diving into those comments, right? I can be so mad about something somebody said that I gotta go check out their profile. I gotta go see what they look like. Like, did he really just write this for the whole public to see? Turns out this person's 4 states away, and I'm so mad that I'm digging through, see what else he put on there, you know? And it ain't nothing but a distraction. It's the ultimate tool for distraction, is what it is.
Yes, it is.
So, man, I realized it, and I had to start getting off of it. Well, what I done, I started taking all my political stuff off. I undid all the news, every political figure I followed. If somebody liked to talk about politics, you know, I unfollowed them. And what I done is I thought, man, I need to start replacing this with Christian stuff. Go find me some good Christian groups to get into. So I signed myself up for a bunch of them, and then what I found out was some of them Christians like to argue just as much as the rest of the world.
Yes, it is. Yes.
They won't tell you what kind of Bible you need to be reading, who you be listening to, how you're supposed to feel about a certain verse. And to me, God is a living word.
Amen. Come
That's
on.
right.
You know, something might mean something to me now, it might mean something different later.
Amen.
So
We love the Lord.
I had to put all that in check. I got off Facebook for about 6 months. I've been back on it for about a month now. I'm not sure I made the right decision, to be honest. But I know that when I had all those distractions away from me, I had peace. And I had so much time to do other things. You know, people like to get on Facebook because they're bored. Now, I grew up without internet. I always found something to do. So the amount of time that you can waste on social media, watching the news, man, you could be filling your soul.
Mm.
You could be doing good things
Amen.
with it.
Amen.
And if you're not living like that, if you've not got your blinders on, if you've not got your focus on those narrow gates, you're being robbed of your peace. Isaiah 26:3 says, you will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you
That's right.
because he trusts in you.
Yes.
And that's the way that I want to be. Man, it don't always work out that way. Sometimes I fail. But I do try to keep that as my goal. Every day I want to start with God. I want to put as much time with him as I can. And I'm not saying that you can't do social media. I'm not saying you can't watch the news. But there's a hierarchy in your life. And you got to know where that fits. You know what I mean? I used to keep it up here, and then it's got to be down here for me. Because I get too involved in it. I get too many emotions stirred up. And I don't know where it belongs in your life.
On the bottom.
On the bottom? It's more likely it does. But I do know where God belongs.
Yes.
That's on top.
Yes, amen.
So, it said that verse, Matthew 7:14, it says, narrow is the gate and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it. And I started talking about that narrow mind, and that's the narrow mind that I mean. I think you need to be concentrated on those narrow gates. That's the narrow mind that I want. That's where your blinders come in.
One track mind if you're on the right track.
But the other part of that verse says, difficult is the way.
Mhm.
Man, being a Christian is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Man, it is easy to be in the world, but man, the world will accept you.
Yeah.
They'll make you think that they love you. It ain't real love.
That's right.
But it's easy to get along in the world. I thrived out there. Everybody loved me. You know what I mean? Then I found real love.
Mhm.
And I knew that I didn't want none of that the world offered.
That holy stuff.
But being a Christian is hard. It's a battle every day. As soon as I get up, I got the battles coming at me.
That's right.
What?
It's like,
About that.
It's like putting out wildfires, you know. I can get one or two wildfires beat down, then another one pops up. Then I go over and I beat that one down, and the first one I started with pops back up. I mean, that's how it is. The battles don't stop, and there might be a battle you done fought 2 or 3 times, but you gotta keep beating them down.
The Lord did one. Amen. True.
And like I said, it is the hardest thing that I've had to do. I quit drugs, I quit everything that I ever done, I quit with God. And it was easy. But being a Christian, being a man of God, standing up for God, that's hard. Because I got emotions just like y'all. I get angry. You know, I gotta fight. Being angry about something I ain't got no control over. I gotta fight cussing somebody out. That makes me mad.
What?
Yeah, it's true, Lucas. Man, I gotta love people that I don't even like.
Amen. That's
I gotta pray for people when I want to talk about them. You know, and it's tough. And I know this, if you take up your cross every day and you keep those blinders on, you will not fail. But you gotta do it. It ain't gonna get done for you. You can't get lax, you can't take days off. It's gotta be done every day.
That's right.
Man, I ran through that quick. John 15:19 says, if you were of the world would love you. Yet because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you.
That's right.
Man, the world hates me.
Yeah.
I hope it hates you.
Yes, amen, yes.
You know, I got a lot of people in my past that I'm a joke to now. You know, I got a lot of them that's just sitting around, probably waiting on me to fall. You know, I'm sure they get a lot of laughs out of it here and there, but that don't concern me. I would love to save them if I could. I don't think I'm that guy.
That's right.
No, there's a verse in the Bible that says, it's something I struggled with for a while, but the verse says, even Jesus was mocked
What?
in his
Yes.
hometown.
He was.
And I thought, man, I come from the pits, and I could go back there and show these people. I feel like they see what's been done in me, but it don't work like that all the time. The ones that I think I can save, I don't think are the ones for me. Maybe I can plant the seeds.
Amen.
Maybe somebody will water, maybe they'll come to
That's
fruition.
right.
But if you're struggling with things, I just want you to know there's a formula. Keep your blinders on. Keep your focus on the kingdom of heaven.
Seek ye first the kingdom of God.
That went a lot longer in my head. Lord, that's all I got.
Hey!